Dimitria.
Lambda! Shit!
I never grew up with Babe. Finally, it's time for me to take a look at this film. I've been hearing a lot of good things about the second one as well, but we're gonna take a look at the first one. The effects, immediately, it's kind of a winner. It's not like a lot of these sort of animatronics, say in Labyrinth, where you kind of know they're not really animals and they're not really supposed to, but since these characters are just farm animals, only their mouths move, and it's very convincing. When they talk or they react like an animal does. And since they're all mammals, they have that sort of thing where they don't stop moving around. That really elevates it to some good special effects to great special effects. Is this kind of like Animal Farm to me? I swear to God, you could put in any social issue and it would be relevant. That's one of the things about it, is that it is almost relevant in any time period. Because when you hear stuff like you're meant to be a pig, or you know, the sheep are inferior, or the dogs are kind of like you know, supremacists, and it's like every single movement that has happened, you're born this way, you're expected to do these sort of things. This is not like the conventional kids movie. There's no pop cultural references, there's no self-referential humor, and it differs from a lot of kids films, especially ones today, in that it is dark as fuck. It does not shy away from this idea that a pig's destiny is to be slaughtered and to be eaten. It is constantly thrown in your face. These dogs being, you know, sedated, you see a duck cooked and you hear the head chopping off, and then you see its body in this Thanksgiving dinner. It's like, Jesus. It differs from a lot of kids movies, especially from the decade of the 90s. You have the wife of the farmer who comes off as a little, you know, genial, a little bit shallow. There's still a heart to her. She's a person. And that's the same thing about James Cromwell, is that he kind of is more of, you know, the good guy in the end, that this is just how they talk, this is just how they react. All of the characters are like that. When they went to that wolf sheep tournament and everyone's just laughing so hard, that was kind of the only thing that kind of sucked me out of the quote-unquote realism of the film. Though this is a film that has talking animals, it ends up using a lot of silent scenes. And even in this type of film where you don't have the animals react really visually, you still get a lot out of these people, well, these animals. When Babe and the main dog, when they share a scene together and say, like, after, you know, what happens to the father, the male dog, that is like 2 minutes of just utter silence, and you really just kind of get it. That is one of the pluses of this film, and it also has so much atmosphere. I remember that scene very clearly where it's just raining, it's pouring, and the movie does not feel half-assed in its moral. That this is a character who was born to do this sort of thing, but they want to pursue this thing, but they keep saying, oh, you can't do that. I think it works because it gives like a logical kind of mature reasoning. When he has to reason with the sheep to help him out, that is him using his natural born talents to his advantage, in that he has a natural, nice heart. And now he goes, you know, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, how can I use that to my advantage? Why don't I work with people? In this case, sheep and whatever. So that was it, just a short review. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. It's short, fun, beautiful effects, and a big heart. So take a look at it, finally. It was a monster hit back in the 90s, so take care. Who are we? Who are you? And I'll see you next time.